Thanks for your patience, everyone, and thank you for joining.
Getting ready to go live on Facebook. This is episode 2 of I Must Be Streaming.
Number 2 of I Must Be Streaming.
There's a chat box on the bottom of your Zoom screen if there's anything you would like us to know, because we won't be able to hear you. We'll only be listening to the people performing.
Okay, adding a title. Okay, we're going to be going live very soon, so 5, 4,
It says it's streaming now.
3, 2, yeah. You're
Great.
live on Facebook.
Welcome everyone to I Must Be Streaming, episode 2. My name is Sammy Scott, your host, and I'm so glad that you're here. I wrote this little song for you. When you're at home and you're feeling so lonely, you can always go on Zoom. When you have worries about things like pandemics, it seems to help to go on Zoom. Listen to the music or the chatter in the boxes. You'll be chatting too because you know you really want to. Happy again. The days will be brighter when you can forget all your troubles and see all your friends and go on Zoom. On Zoom. When you're on Zoom, you're gonna be alright now. Welcome once again, episode 2. I Must Be Streaming. Today, I have a very special co-host all the way from Colombia, but actually she's here in Chicago. I'm so glad she's here. Her name is Sonia Oyola. Sonia, where are you?
I'm right here, Sammy. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sammy, for inviting me to participate this morning with you. It's so special to have this opportunity to be here with you and with everyone, really, to champion the cause of ensuring and supporting all of the artists and causes around the world that have not been able to connect in person because of the pandemic, and to have this platform to support each other it's been so special. So thank you, Sammy, for inviting me.
Pandemic is worldwide, and so is our talent. So, Sonia, besides being a singer, since I know you are a singer, I've never seen you as a family medicine physician in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm,
And I know we're raising funds today for what organization?
For Be All Right, which is a foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit that I founded over 10 years ago, and it supports survivors of domestic violence here in the city of Chicago and the shelters in which they live. And so I thank you so much, Sammy, for your
That's a beautiful
support of
thing.
that. So
I too am sending any contributions I make today to the Be All Right Foundation. So, hey Sonia, so like, do you think medicine and music are somehow interrelated?
absolutely, Sammy. Much of what we know about music is that it stimulates a very important center of the brain called the relaxation center, the relaxation response. And so when we sing, we actually stimulate a nerve called the vagus nerve, and that nerve controls the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the relaxation response. So when we sing, we actually release these very relaxing hormones that decrease our blood pressure, that dilates our pupils, that slow down our pulse, and we achieve a deep sense of rest,
Wow, that must
which is
excite.
which is really
Why
amazing.
everyone loves to sing because they want
Right, right, right.
to. Yeah.
Exactly. And then singing together is especially beautiful and special because when you harmonize or you're singing with a group, that particular music and sound is also even more relaxing because it builds something called community and instead of the fight or fight response, the response that where we tend and befriend or we gather. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
medicine and
beautiful.
music are so interrelated.
That is so beautiful. So, did you decide to be a singer first or a doctor first?
Sammy, I think I've been singing since I was a little girl. But for sure, when I was 9, I decided to become a physician, and it's been the love of my life being a doc, and I love to sing so much. It's been a joy, especially singing with you.
I love having you sing with me. Would you like to do a song with me now?
Sure, sure. I'm going to cancel the spotlight, Sammy, so we can see you too.
Oh, thank
Okay?
you.
Yeah. I want to see you.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
Sure. Thanks, Sammy.
Only you can make this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you alone can thrill me like you do and fill my heart with love for only you. Only you can make this change in me, for it's true. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only you.
Solo tú me puedes conquistar. Solo tú me puedes transformar. Solo tú y nadie más me tienes a sus pies. La fidelidad me sienta bien. Ay, solo tú comprendes cómo soy y tu luz me alumbra donde voy. Cuando pienso en ti, el cielo gris es un diamante azul. Me ilusionas tú, mi amor, solo tú.
You're my dream come true. You're my one and only you.
Solo tú.
So nice. Thanks for joining,
Thank you,
everyone.
Sammy.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sonia.
Sammy. Woo-hoo.
Sonia, so nice. Another friend of mine is here. Well, everyone's become my friend. Sonia's been my longtime friend. Beltran's been my longtime friend. Beltran is originally from Chile, but he is also living here in Chicago. Beltran, are you coming on? I think you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, he's unmuted. Go for it, Beltran.
Hi, Beltran.
Testing. Yeah?
Welcome to the show. I must be streaming.
Hey, Sammy. Me too.
So great.
So great. Beltran, so I first met you when you moved to Chicago and you had
Yeah.
recently graduated from where?
I studied at Berkeley.
In Boston, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're actually a classically trained musician and
Yeah.
played.
I studied classical music, especially before Berkeley and towards the end of my studies there. Um, but I also picked up a few, I guess, world music skills along the way, like jazz and a little bit of Arabic styles and some Americana as well.
And you play with a band called Trick Shooter, which is also what Americana, right? It's
Yeah, it's like an Americana rock show.
And how long have you been in the States? Because you are
Oh,
very
well,
American sounding
well,
accent.
I was born here. I was born
I
here, and
see.
I was raised in Chile, 7 to 17.
Long time.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I always spoke English with my mom, who's here. She's in the
Hi, Mom.
yeah.
One of the
Uh,
singers. I love
so
it.
yeah. Eventually, me and my brother started just speaking Spanish to each other because it's a lot easier to string certain words together. Um, expletives, if you will.
So today you're going to play some Americana, which and
Yeah,
sing, which singing and playing violin is really tricky. So you seem
it
to have
is.
mastered it.
Well, I'm figuring it out. It's
It's really
yeah.
hard to sing and play with that violin under your chin, and
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm playing two songs today. Lazy John, followed by Rebel Raid, and then I'm counting those as one song, and then Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. And both of these performances are heavily inspired by American treasure Bruce Molsky. Uh, so this is these are performances that I've learned through watching him.
nice, nice.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the first one is Lazy John.
Thank you.
It's an upper. Bury Me on the Lone Prairie, believe it or not, it's going to be a downer, so brace yourselves. Working all week in the noonday sun, 15 cents when Saturday comes. Going to dance and have fun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John. Why don't you get your days all done? You're in the shade and I'm in the sun. Why don't you get away, Lazy John? I'm going to a dance Saturday night and ain't coming home till the broad daylight. And then I'll take my baby back home. And why don't you get away, Lazy John? Lazy John, Lazy John. Now why don't you get your days all done? You're in the shade and I'm in the sun. Now why don't you get away, Lazy John?
Wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah, so that was the first song that I ever learned how to sing and play at the same time. And I've been working on several of these sing and play songs, but most recently I've kind of like unlocked the Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie, which is a super interesting performance, and I can't find any other performance like Bruce's. When you look up "Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie," one of the first recordings that come up are Johnny Cash's rendition of it, and lots of people have done it, and they all do it in that same style of it's kind of like I don't know, like the ballad version of the Boom Chickie, right? Oh, bury me not
Oh yeah,
on the Lone
country,
Prairie, yeah. And so Bruce
American country.
is unique. I'm not actually sure if he came up with the melody, um, but uh, but it's beautiful. So here we go. Bury Me Not on the Lone Prairie. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came low and mournfully from the cold, pale lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. He'd wasted and pined till upon his brow death's shadowy clouds were gathering now. As he thought of his home and loved ones nigh, all the cowboys gathered to see him die. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wild coyotes may howl over me, in a narrow grave just 6 by 3. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. It matters not, oh, I've been told, where the body lies when the heart grows cold. But I think of my home and the cottonwood bear, and the songs I learned in my childhood there. I've always wished to be laid when I die, in the little churchyard on the green hillside, by the side of my fathers, let my grave be. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not, and his voice failed there. And could he not his dying prayer in a narrow grave just 6 by 3? They buried the boy on the lone prairie.
Wow,
Oh,
that was
thank you so much.
fabulous.
Thank you. feel free to unmute yourselves and clap if you'd like to, please. Absolutely. We don't want to keep you muted the whole time. So in between performances, feel free to unmute yourself and clap and express your.
Hey, Beltran.
Yeah.
So you're missing out on a lot of touring with Trick Shooter and your other personal gigs with your quartet, your string quartet, and all the. And I know you're able to teach online, which is a wonderful thing. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate that most of my students kept taking lessons online.
That's great.
Super. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was really worried at the beginning of the quarantine, when I knew that we were going to have to do online, or that was going to be the only choice. I was like, oh God. But a lot of my students stuck around, and so I've been okay. But
You're very
yeah,
fortunate. I see
yeah,
we have your tipping information as well as everyone's tipping information.
yeah.
This is only if you want, only if you can. If you enjoy the show, your gratuities are so much appreciated. But there's Sonia's Be All Right Foundation. Ciao. You're going to meet her in a minute. There's Beltran's information. Everybody's information. We have such a fun show for you today. I can't wait. Sonia, who do we have next?
Yes, Sammy. So here, let me cancel the spotlight here. And I'm really thrilled to introduce this next performer, artist, and friend of mine, Ciao. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Yeah, so I'm going to spotlight here your video and introduce Ciao here. So, we met so many, we met so many years ago, and how we met was just by accident, right? New Orleans. I was a love of music.
Outside Maple Leaf. Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to go see a brass band together and have this conversation. And I was fascinated by your work at the MIT lab and your research there in music and speech. And I'm just thrilled that you're able to participate with us this morning and this evening where you're at in Armenia.
I know. I have to ask, why are you in Armenia?
So I got married in January and went on honeymoon in Russia in March, and I'm actually supposed to be in Paris right now because my current postdoc is based in Paris, but we left Paris right before it became a red zone, and when we were supposed to come back, all our friends were like, don't go back, what are you doing? So we picked somewhere random. I mean, not somewhere random. We looked at all the list of places which at the time had a low number of COVID cases. And my husband speaks Russian, and so we're looking at Russian-speaking countries also where the cost of living is not so great, and that ended up being Armenia.
Wow.
Oh, also places where we can both stay for a long time without a visa if necessary.
That's so fabulous.
It's amazing.
And that was 3 months ago.
And then how did you get started on the theremin? This is such a fantastic instrument.
Yeah, so I started teaching myself to play the theremin in 2017. I was at a music technology conference called NIME, New Interfaces for Musical Expression. And that year's conference totally changed my life because there was a keynote speaker, Dorit Chrysler, who is a quite well-known thereminist. And I watched her performance and I was like, I really want to learn this too. And at the same time, I got connected with this lab in Paris that had made a vocal synthesizer. And there was a grad student who was giving a presentation about this project. And I had an idea to use this particular technology for language learning. And so I proposed this project. I went to Paris for originally just 6 months to do a little pilot, but we ended up getting more funding for the project. And now I'm continuing it as a postdoc. And at the same time, I met my husband at the lab. And now I'm supposed to be living in Paris, but now I'm not.
So what will you be playing for us today?
I'll be playing a couple of pieces of very classical music that has been adapted for the theremin. And these are kind of a couple of well-known numbers that originally were not composed for the theremin, but have since become classics in the repertoire. And because we're missing France, they both happen to be French music. So should I play the first piece?
That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, okay, I think, je pense que je me débrouille. I'm just going to tune the instrument a little bit. And actually, you know, for those of you who don't know about the theremin, it's the world's first electronic musical instrument, and it's notable for being played without any physical touch. So there are two antennas that detect the proximity of your hands to them. One controls the frequency, and the other one controls the volume. And so you're literally sculpting the melody with it. I'm just tuning it a little bit. Oui, tu peux juste presser l'espace.
Maintenant?
Oui. Yeah.
Wow. I thought you were frozen at the end, but you were like, had to hold that note. That was crazy.
Beautiful, Ciao, Ciao. Beautiful.
I have to ask one more question of Xiao Xiao. I'm sure Sonia has more, but Xiao Xiao, you play, you have so many other talents. I read on your,
Yeah, so I played.
you play piano. Is that you playing piano for yourself?
It is, yeah, it is. But it's a practice recording, so the next piece has better piano.
Amazing. Well, oh, you're gonna do another one? I can't wait.
You know, I particularly love like how you move in it. Like the beauty of the entire, it sounds so gorgeous, but like your movements in it are almost like a dance. Do you go to a particular, do you do a particular kind of like meditation or trance or go somewhere when you're moving in that way and playing that music?
So, a lot of people often say that when Therminists play, they look like they're in this other world.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you a secret. So it's actually because it's so physically demanding to play, because you have to hold the note completely still,
Yeah.
that you have to completely concentrate on the sound. And that's why the easiest way to concentrate is just to stare at one place.
Ah,
And
Wow.
so I found that I've also tried closing my eyes, because when you play the piano or when you sing, you can close your eyes to really get inside the sound. But the problem is that with the theremin, especially if you stand up and play like I do, it's very tough to balance when your eyes are closed. And if you're not completely balanced, then your sound starts to shake. And so also it's like when you do yoga and they tell you to like stare at one spot. It's kind of the same
right.
principle.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Sharing that.
So should I play the next piece?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Ok. Je me débrouille alors.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Xiao Xiao.
I forgot to say the names of the pieces. So the first piece is The Swan by Camille Saint-Saëns. Oh my gosh, it wants to play again. So that's the Swan, the scene from the Carnival of the Animals. And the second piece is by Gabriel Fauré, called Après un rêve, or After a Dream.
So beautiful. Someone asked in the chat box if you can play jazz and rock on the theremin.
Oh yeah, you can play any genre. And in fact, one thing that I really enjoy doing is I put something random on my Spotify, and I just try to try to play along with it. In fact, actually, I was doing a little bit of it when Beltran was playing because it was kind of inspiring, where you just try to fit the theremin because it's so much like a voice and there's so much range and it's kind of flexible in that sense. And I like to play this game where I think of different sorts of music as various landscapes, and I'm like a sort of animal that tries to camouflage in the landscape, and sometimes I pop out and run around.
That's cute. That's cute. Oh my gosh, Shasha, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again. Can't wait to see you in person.
Me too. Or like any true variety show, we have all sorts of acts. And the next one is Jeff Bibik from Chicago. Jeff, where are you?
Look for Jeff here.
Jeff.
There he is. I unmuted you, Jeff. So you're ready to go. Spotlight his video there.
I think he's a little bit of a comedian.
Oh,
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
welcome.
That is awesome.
Jeff, how long have you been doing magic?
About 5 minutes now.
Oh, yeah?
Well, oh, you mean today?
Oh. I guess in your life, what inspired you to start doing magic?
Started when I was just a small boy. In the first grade, a magician came to my school and picked me out of the audience. And he had a weird little handkerchief. He made it into a bag. He said, reach in, kid. Whatever you find, you can keep. And when I pulled out my little grubby hand, it was full of candy.
Ooh.
I said, I want to be a magician.
So, I have enough. So when did you become a comedian?
About 5 minutes after that. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you're going to do for us today. You see, you've
I can't
traveled
wait to
all
see-
over.
I'll
I'm
be
sorry.
honest, I can't wait to see it either. I have no idea. All right.
Jeff, you've got all of these. I love your room there. All of these.
Thank you. We're in my magic bar down in my basement.
I mean,
A
honestly.
naughty fine basement from the 1950s. And
Ah,
throughout my career and travels, I've picked up various items of interest and unusual items. I actually collect a kind of thing that's magic related, but not magical at all. I collect products that have magic as part of their name or part of their marketing. So over the years, magic has been used for many marketing purposes. This is actually the first. This is the first thing I ever got in that genre. It's a can of Presto hand soap, probably from the 1920s. And so I started looking for this kind of stuff, and over the years, I found lots and lots of it. So
it's great.
that's where we're here in my basement. So.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite magic trick? I wanted to ask.
Yes, in fact, I'll be presenting it for you in just a moment here.
Okay, awesome.
All right, then.
Yeah.
So then I believe we should get started, don't you?
Oh, great.
I do too. Well, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are. My name is the amazing Bibik. Thank you very much. What a pleasure it is to be here this day. And first things first, do I look okay? Is that's what you have to do is look good. Isn't that true? I've noticed in the last couple of months that I don't know what it is about this shutdown, but it seems like my clothes have shrunken quite a bit. So anyway, I had to go out and get a new jacket. Just look okay? I hope so. Good. This is actually, it's brand new. I just got it last night. And, what a friendly store. They kept saying, come back, come back. So I'll be back there, that's for sure. Now, you may have noticed, let me back up just a little bit. You may have noticed. I'm not sure. I can't see everybody that's in our show here this afternoon, but I'm wondering if there are any young people in the audience, any children by any chance. The reason I ask is because I hate kids. I have kids, which is why I hate them. Because kids break stuff and they steal stuff. So generally when I perform, it's usually for people 21 and above in bars and nightclubs. And just a warning to anybody out there with young people watching, of course, there'll be nothing objectionable. However, I do have to warn everybody here this evening that I, the amazing Bibik, do perform my magic with my hands completely naked. So if there are any squeamish audience members here today, I do mean all the way.
Oh, no, Jeff. That's crazy.
Woo!
So silly.
So just be aware. Now listen, as a magician, my job is to deal in illusions. But what exactly is an illusion? I'm so glad you asked. An illusion is where you think you see something happening, but really nothing is happening at all. Which actually is a pretty good description of my show. Let me explain. I have here 3 pieces of rope. I have one very long piece of rope. Now you can tell it's a long piece of rope because the ends are so far apart. I have one medium piece of rope. Those ends are much closer together. And I have one very short, tiny piece of rope. Now, were we together this afternoon, I would have each of these ropes examined by people in the audience. So, but I'll do that for you. You can see that they're genuine ropes. It's not a trick rope or anything like that. This is real rope. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my neighbor whose clothesline is considerably shorter this morning. So anyway, I'll give this one a couple of jerks. Give this one a couple of jerks. Couple of jerks here. Couple of jerks here. Any more jerks than this, and we'd be in Wrigleyville. That's a hilarious Chicago joke for you folks out of town. All right, then. I have one very long piece of rope. I have one very short piece of rope and one medium piece of rope. Now, the object of this illusion is to make it appear as if all 3 of these ropes are exactly the same length. I can do that if I even up the ends here. Now, when I even up the ends of the rope, as you can plainly see, ta and da, all 3 ropes are now exactly the same length. I forgot about the other ends. Hold on a moment. I have to even up all of the ends of the rope. There we go. Here we are. Good. Now, once all of the ends of the rope are even, now you can plainly see that they are all the middles. I forgot about the middles. If you look very, very closely, then you can see that it almost does appear as if all 3 of these ropes are exactly the same size. Now, I know how you're feeling right now, folks, because the first time I saw this, I was too amazed to applaud, too. Don't worry. I'll do it for you. Thank you.
Amazing.
Now, before I get too excited, I should probably check the math. If I have 3 even pieces, I should have 6 even ends and 3 even centers. I did that in my head. He's good looking and smart. Woo-hoo. All right, there we go. There's 5. There's 6. Sure enough, I have 6 even ends, which give me 3 even centers. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, I do deal in illusions, so don't believe everything you see. You see, I have only one short piece of rope. I have one medium piece of rope, and I have one long piece of rope. Are there any questions? None? Good. Well, then, thank you very much.
That was very
You know, I do get a lot of questions at my shows. Bibik, how do you do it? Why do you do it? Are you wearing pants? Things we may never know the answers to. Anyway, I've been spending the last couple of months, I got to be honest, being a professional entertainer, I'm quite wealthy naturally. And I've been spending the last couple of months with my 38-foot yacht. It's a pretty nice one, actually. It's got 38 feet, so that makes it a lot, you know, that makes it nice. You can count them if you want. I don't have time. Anyway, I've been spending some time with my 38-foot yacht and time here down at my magic bar. You know, most magicians do some sort of card tricks. It's actually a union rule. You have to do a card trick with each show. And so I thought I'd do something just quick for you this afternoon because, oh, that's impressive, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm the amazing Bibik. Thank you. I tell you what, though, if you're not careful, these cards go everywhere. It's a huge mess, too. Those are the wrong ones. Oh, here's the problem. I realized today I had no cards, so I decided I had to go out and get some cards. So, you know, I got all suited up. I put on my rubber boots. I put on my rubber gloves. I put on my face mask. I put on my face shield. I put on a couple of rubbers just because you never know. And anyway, I went out to buy some cards. I couldn't believe what I found. I don't know if you've seen these before, but I found them at the store. They're generic cards. I don't know what you know about a deck of cards, but a deck of cards costs about $4 these days. These generic cards were $1.29. Quite a savings. And of course, I go through a lot of cards as a magician, so I wanted to check them out. When I got them, though, I realized why they're so inexpensive. They save money on these cards because they don't print any pictures on the backs, which, when you think about it, makes a lot of sense. It saves a lot of money. The problem is they don't put any pictures on the fronts either. Or maybe these are the backs and these are the fronts. I'm not even sure. So to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be able to do any card tricks for you this afternoon. I know, very disappointing. I know, I'll just tell you about the trick I was going to do. It's almost as boring as actually seeing it in person. Now, usually when I do this trick, I will have some pretty stranger pick a card. Now, if you were here this afternoon, I might pick you because you seem pretty strange. Anyway, if you pick a card out of this deck, you never know what it'll be, but it could be something like, for example, the Queen of Spades. Now, should you pick the Queen of Spades out of this deck of cards, it's very easy to find because it is the only card there. Now, most cards have some sort of a picture or design in the back, but these generic cards are blank. Not sure if you've ever seen one of those before. However, I discovered if I tap them against my fingertip like this, that does two things. First of all, it hurts. But secondly, it puts a back on the deck, which matches the front. That means that the Queen of Spades that you just selected, that has a back now too. Now this is sort of strange because a moment ago, the Queen of Spades didn't have a back. Do you remember that? I know. Now, if I really wanted to fool you, I'd have more than one person pick a card. Someone else might pick the Ace of Clubs. Someone else might get a Four of Hearts. You might even get the Four of Spades. Anyway, you'd look at your cards and memorize them, and then I'd have you mix your cards up with all of the other cards in the deck. Then, believe it or not, there'd be a little puff of smoke in my hands, and that card that you selected a long time ago would be underneath this carpet right here. Oh, that's right. I just remembered I can't do that trick for you. You see, all I have are these generic cards, and they don't have any faces or backs on them. So, you know what? I'll tell you what. Next time, I'm going to get the good cards because you're worth it. You really are. Thank you.
Way to go. Way to go.
This is so cute. That was so
Well, I thought I'd do one more little thing for you. People often come up to me after the show and say, how can we become as cool as you are? The answer is obvious. Learn to do magic. But how do you learn magic? Isn't it a secret? Yes, yes it is. Unless you have somebody who is already a magician show you how to do some magic. And so, I'd like to do that for you right now. A little trick, the quick trick that you can make up yourself and fool your friends if you have any. All right? It's sort of an arts and crafts thing as well. All you need is a piece of cardboard, and you put a spot on one side. Now, on the other side of the cardboard, you put 4 spots. On the third side, you put 3 spots. That's how you know it's the third side. And on the last side, you put 6 spots. Let me just run through that for you again. You see, you put 1 spot here, and you put 4 spots here. You put 3 spots here, and you put 6 spots here. How does it work? I'm glad you asked. Before I tell you, though, you must take the magician's oath of secrecy. We do have an oath of secrecy you must take. So please, everybody, raise one of your hands or fingers and repeat after me. Say, I.
Hi,
Your name.
Sammy,
Sonia.
I promise not to tell.
I promise.
promise not to tell.
And I promise never to repeat everything some guy tells me to say. Why are you doing it then? Look, I'll be honest with you. This is sort of it works on a psychological principle, the principle of completion. When we see something, if we don't see the whole picture, our mind fills in the rest. And this is somewhat of a familiar image. Looks like a domino or a die from a game. So we're all familiar with this. And when I show you this card and show you that there's only 1 spot here, your mind accepts that. But to be honest with you, look at this. There are actually 2 spots on this card. Maybe you caught on already. Look, I keep one covered up and like this, and I can show you there's 1 spot. Now, on the other side of the card, I show you there are 4 spots, but to be honest, there are actually 5 spots, you see. But when you cover up the spot with your hand, your mind assumes there's only the 4. Now, this is where the completion comes in. When I show you the third side, I call it the third side. This is the side that has 2 spots on it, you see.
Right.
But your mind fills it in. Even though you don't see the third spot, your mind fills in the rest. Now, this is important. When you're doing this trick for your friends, never move this hand, okay? Because if you move this hand right away, they will know that something else is going on, okay? So don't show that right there. Now, likewise, on the other side, you have 5 spots. So when you show the 5 spots, it's very important to keep the space covered up. If you uncover the space, people will absolutely see that you do not have 6 spots, that you have only, hold on just a moment here. Anyway, on the other side, remember, you've got the 2 spots. But when you cover up this spot, that's when you can see that, that there's really only the 2 spots right on the other side. Now, on the other side, of course, there are 4 spots, but really there's 5. Now, remember, on the third side, there are 3 spots. That's how you know it's the third side. And this is important. The most important side of all is the 8th side. On the 8th side, you always have 8 spots. Now, are there any other questions? Good. And I'll go home and fool your friends.
You too.
Now listen, folks.
God.
So fun.
You have to run, Sammy. I don't know if I told you this.
Gosh.
I have another show in October, so I got to start getting ready for that. But I would like to close my portion of the show with something very beautiful. I mentioned at the top of the show that I started doing magic when I was a kid, and it's a true story. The magician did come to our school. Not only did he pick me out of the audience, but I'll never forget how he finished his show. He took that same handkerchief that was full of candy. He rubbed it between his fingers, and believe it or not, a beautiful bird made its appearance. So to close my show this afternoon, watch closely. The beauty and the mystery of the dove.
Oh.
I've always been amazed.
Oh my God.
I've always been amazed.
Oh, oh my God. What the heck you're doing there? Where did you
Very
hide that?
much. You have been a great audience. That's the end of my show. My name is the Amazing Billy.
Oh, Jeff, thank you so much for being on today. Jeff's information can be found on the gratuity board.
Mhm.
Please.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you
Oh my
so
God.
much,
God,
Jeff.
you're at Chicago, man.
He performs at Marie's Pizza.
And also at the Magic Shop. Jeff
The
performs at
Magic
the
Lounge.
Magic Shop,
The
right?
Chicago Magic Lounge.
Yeah, well, you are not performing there now because those places are closed because of the
Right.
pandemic.
Soon reopen.
But that's why we're able to get Jeff on our show.
Yes. Thanks, Sammy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jeff, so much.
Hey.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, we have Sonia. Who do we have
know.
next? This is so exciting. We're going to go 7,500 miles away from here to somewhere near Jodhpur, India, called Rahasthan.
Yes, Sammy.
Are you guys there?
Well, there we are. And you can go ahead and unmute. Thank you so much. Little spotlight.
Oh my gosh. Welcome.
So much.
Welcome,
for joining me.
Sikanda Langa Party.
Hey, Shree.
Hey, hi.
Oh, it got dark outside. It got dark from like an hour ago. What time is it there?
Yeah, it's around 9:30 p.m.
Ah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm from one of the remotest place in the India. I am presenting Sikandar Langa Party. These are traditional singers from India, and they have been playing these songs and following this tradition of singing for royal families. So my friend Anirudh and we are always fascinated by these musicians. So from his effort, we are finally being able to present here. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Shree. You know, my question I wanted to ask, how are they related to one another? You said that they perform as a family.
Yeah. So mostly they are one family,
Okay.
and they all live in a large place, and the singing is in their family. So they start learning and teaching singing to their children, like a school in the house itself. So almost everyone is in the house is a singer.
Wow.
And earlier they used to play only for royal families of Rajasthan,
Oh, wow.
but after these after royal families are gone, now they play for their living.
And the pandemic has kept them at home as well.
Yeah, so pandemic have really hit hard. All the performances and all the events have been cancelled, and so it's nice to be here presenting. I think all the effort that has gone behind organizing this is worth it. All the performances here were really nice, and this is Sikandar Langa, and
Thank you. Thank you. Sikanda Langa. Thank you so much. Thank you.
they are playing almost 5 instruments here.
Hmm.
The one instrument that you see here is harmonium,
The harmonium.
and there is one tabla,
Nice.
and then there is one sarangi here.
Sarangi.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There is
beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Ah, yes.
Then there is one morchang, which is a kind of a percussion. So all these instruments, these are traditional instruments. They are they are indigenous, so they are built here only. Someone in from the village make them, and then they get it.
Hmm. So they make them there right there in the village.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So they will be performing a song of separation, and that separation and loneliness. And one lover is asking her lover to come back from a remote place. This,
So one lover is asking another lover to come back.
yeah,
Oh,
he's gone for his business and all. So I think this song suits well during these times when everyone is separated and all.
yes.
So I think I'll ask them to sing now.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Wonderful. Tree, if you can bring up the volume just a little bit. The volume is low.
Volume.
Yes. Encourage everybody to get up and dance, please. Dance the Olympics.
an honor. Thank you for joining us. So they said they're all related, but not brothers. They're not all brothers. They're cousins and uncles and cousins.
Yes, yes, yeah. They are mostly from one community, and some all are related to each other. Tradition, so they following from generations. So everyone in the family takes singing as their profession.
Wow.
Thursday you had someone on dancing. Will we see
Yeah.
that today?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I can't wait.
So they'll be performing the next. बच्चे ना ले आ जाए
Yeah.
आसिफ ना
Yeah.
अरे हंसे तो मीठा लगे बोले तो प्यारा लगे हंसे तो मीठा लगे बोले तो प्यारा लगे आयो परदेसी मारे ओ सावरी सूरत वाला जमीना मारो सावरी सूरत वाला जमीना मारो आयो परदेसी मारे आयो परदेसी मारे आयो परदेसी सावरी सूरत वाला हरियाणा वालो एंड्रोडो सुने मोरे जागरे आयो परदेसी मारे जागरे सावरी सूरत वाला बात रखे महाराजा बात रखे अल्लाह या बात रखे महाराजा बात रखे आयो परदेसी मारे आयो परदेसी जानी रो सावरी सूरत वाला जानी रो तूने मोरे जागरे थारे बिना मनो आयो परदेसी मारे ओ सावरी सूरत वाला एंड्रोडो सुने मोरे बात रखे महाराजा बात रखे अल्लाह या बात रखे महाराजा आयो परदेसी मारे आयो परदेसी मारे
So fun. Oh my gosh. And how old is our youngest member? Or your youngest member? How old is the youngest member of your group?
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years old.
Old.
Absolutely, adorable. I love the music. It's so energetic and so positive.
Yeah. Now they'll be performing instrumental, which is a kind of a tune which is very traditional, and it is the most symbolic of the place which they belong to, the Rajasthan and the area. This tune is like a symbol of the area or the desert.
Ah.
They'll be playing that tune.
Trey, I'm just going to spotlight a way to support these wonderful performers and also everyone who's been performing. So, just a quick spotlight here before the group continues. It's, if you'd like to extend your support to these wonderful musicians, again, all of them have been very much impacted by this moment, by this pandemic, and so thankful to Sammy Scott for creating a platform to support all of these musicians and support herself. And I'm going to ask Sammy later on, how she even came to have this idea. I must be streaming so she can share with all of us how this platform came to be. But here is the information for how to support these musicians and these causes. So, and we're so grateful to all of you for your efforts around this. Thank you. And for attending this morning and evening. Thank you. So let's go back to this beautiful group. Thank you, Shrey.
Okay, yeah. This is the last act. Yeah. Last act. Start.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
That was just fantastic.
Insane. Insane.
Oh
Great.
my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sikander Langa Party. That's so. I want to tell the audience that actually Sikander Langa had to jump through a lot of hoops to be here today. So we're going to, after the show is over, we are going to encore Sikander Langa, and we invite you to stay on the Zoom channel for some more music. So want to thank them for performing now, and they're going to come back again in a few minutes. Thank you, Shri.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, Sonia, let's see, what do we have next? Like, following that is like, oh my gosh.
I know. I feel like I feel like okay.
That's it. You
Done.
shot it.
Done. we
I
done.
know, right? It's
Drop
like,
the
what do we
mic.
do now?
It's over with that. It's over.
That was just so.
So stunning. That little 10-year-old. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he broke my heart.
Oh,
I was guessing. I think he was the guy in the front. I think that was it because he looked just like, almost the guy that's in the middle right now, the harmonium player. I think that's his son. What do you think?
maybe. Yeah,
Because
maybe.
his little face looked like him. Although they're all related, so.
There was a question in the chat about the instruments. The Shri, that flute-like instrument, that double instrument. What's the name of that? The one. Are you still there, Shri?
Sri,
The
I was
name,
on Srikant actually.
yeah, the
Maybe.
name of the instrument here on the far, like right corner, that double flute. I think that we see there.
Yeah, that is Algoza. Algoza.
Algoza.
Double flutes. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So,
Thank you. Someone in the chat asked specifically for the name of that instrument, so thank you. Great.
Well, Sonia, I think it's kind of like the end of the show, but not the end because I want you to know that Sikander Langa is going to come back. But Sonia, I would like to highlight Sonia on this next song. Actually, Sonia and Beltran are going to play a beautiful song from Maria Teresa Vera.
I'm all in tune.
Okay. We're doing
Retune.
this in A.
Thank you, Beltran. Thank you
My
so much.
pleasure, Sonia.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sammy.
Oh, thank you, everybody, for joining. Don't go away. There's so much more.
We'll do this song and then Sammy will close the show. And so again, we thank you all so much for being here, and we're so grateful to all of the artists. And thank you for your support of these artists and these causes. Really, so incredible. Yeah. This is a song about loss, wishing that that you had the love that you had 20 years ago, that love still existed. And so it's called 20 Años by Maria Teresa Vera. She's a Cubana and a very special composer and singer.
All right, you ready, Sonia?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Que te importe, que te ame. Si tú no me quieres ya, el amor que ya ha pasado no se debe recordar. la ilusión de tu vida, un día lejano ya. Hoy represento el pasado, no me puedo conformar. Hoy represento el pasado, no me puedo conformar. Si las cosas que uno quiere se pudieran alcanzar, me quisieras lo mismo que 20 años atrás. Con qué tristeza miramos un amor que se nos va. Es un pedazo del alma que se arranca sin piedad. Es un pedazo del alma que se arranca sin piedad. También Beltran. Si las cosas que uno quiere se pudieran alcanzar, tú me quisieras lo mismo que 20 años atrás. Con qué tristeza miramos un amor que se nos va. Es un pedazo del alma que se arranca sin piedad. Es un pedazo del alma que se arranca sin piedad.
Thank you.
Padre.
Sonia Oyola,
nice,
my
very
co-hostess with the mostest,
Thank you,
and
Sonia.
Mr. Beltran,
Beltran.
El Campo, old friend, and Beltran plays with me once in a while. I'm always so happy when we can do shows together. Wish we could do shows together again.
Oh,
Wish we
no.
all could do shows together. What a great show it's been today. And I'm just going to do a little promotion for myself. Pop-up piano bar 19 at gmail.com will get you in touch with all of the shows that I do. This is just one of the shows. It's once a month. The next one will be July 25th. And I know so far I have, sounds amazing. And it is, because I've seen her video. An internationally acclaimed baton twirler from Norway. And some fado musicians from Portugal. So, and we're filling in the rest of the show, and I can't wait to bring that to you. But today's show is super incredible. I don't even know how we'll top that. We also do, I do a pop-up piano bar on Sunday. So any singers out there, please join me and come sing with me on Sunday afternoons in Chicago, and on Zoom, mind you. And we have a torching through time zones, which features professional singers across the country and around the world. And one more pop-up PJ party, which is featured vocalist, which Elena Welch will be doing this Friday, and followed by a open mic. So I hope that you will all send me your emails or join my email list, popuppianobar19 at gmail.
I put
I
it there in
guess.
the chat. Yeah, yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Sonia?
No, just thank you so much, Sammy. You have just created so many amazing opportunities for really all of us to stay connected and also to continue to have a living. You know, you have created these platforms because you've lost all of your live performances and gigs, and so we're so inspired by your hard work and your passion and your generosity.
Thanks for having us.
Really beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
It's really been, yeah, it's been an honor to have everyone be on the same platform with me.
Yeah.
It's really great. I hope the audience will show their appreciation and however they can by tuning in was a big part for me.
That's huge.
And then there's the gratuity screen. Be All Right Chicago is Sonia Oyola's fundraiser for how many again?
For survivors of domestic violence, and the proceeds for the fundraising today will all go to Maria Shelter, which is a shelter that's predominantly in the Black community here on the south side of Chicago, and in honor of Juneteenth and in honor of Black Lives Matter. So we're really excited also to support that shelter specifically with this fundraising. So thank you.
And yes, so great. And the guys in Rahasthan, it's so cool that you were on today. So everyone stay tuned because they will be back. Sikandar Langa will play you out. I have to go because I have actually another appointment. But I'm going to stay on for as long as I can and then I'll stay to the last minute and then I'm going to sign up. But Sonia will be your host for the rest of the show. And I hope to see you all somewhere again.
Thank you, Sammy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sammy.
To all of the artists.
Thank you.
So you're going to close out the show, Sammy? Okay.
And you are the host.
Okay. Alrighty, we're so excited to still stay here with you and so thrilled again to have you all. And to all of the artists, to Ciao and Beltran and Jeff and Sikandar, if you guys would like to say anything else right now before Sikandar goes on to their encore, we would love to hear from you.
Thank you all so much for being here. We all really appreciate you coming over.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining and hope to meet you guys somewhere in the world someday.
So true. Okay, well then, all right, well then I'm gonna have, so please, Shri, you can unmute yourself and the artist could keep on playing. And again, I will highlight the tipping page as well throughout so we know where to send all of our support to these artists and causes. Thank you so much. Okay, Shri, whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey there.
The artists are getting ready for another performance.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Nice to be here. Sikandar would be saying something. I'll be translating.
Okay, perfect.
कुछ बोल दो धन्यवाद दिया ताकि मैं ट्रांसलेट करूँ
नमस्ते जी
Namaste.
जी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको हमारे को आपने अपना कार्यक्रम दिखाया और
He is thanking you for letting his team performing here.
We're honored and we thank him so much for and his entire group for being here and for performing. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
He'll be performing another couple of songs.
Okay,
Let's do it. Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you. I'm looking forward to dancing more.
Yeah.
Whoever's still on, please dance.
Oh,
So awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Sonia, this is they are dedicating this song to you. for sisters. This is a song specifically for sisters.
Oh,
Raising
thank you so much. Oh, I'm so blessed. Thank you.
ठंडी रो नीर अरे अलगोरा नेड़ा करे मुझ मवड़ी जायो वीर ओ भाई सामने लंड का गणा कैसा बोले 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 लंड का गणा पैसा 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 बोले सासरी जावे पैसा दे ओनी उड़ावे पैसा दे सासरी जावे पैसा दे ओनी उड़ावे पैसा बोले लंड का गणा पैसा बोले लंड का गणा ओ दादा बोले जावे पैसा तो मेरे चेहरा तो बिच में रखे दो बड़ी पैसा दो फिरता देखो पैसा लो घूमता देखो पैसा मोरे रूप की रूड़ी हाथों में सोने चूड़ी पैसा मोरे रूप का गड़ा पैसा मोरे सोने की चूड़ी पैसा मोरे लाने का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाने का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाने का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा तो कुंडल आवे पैसा तो लाड लडावे पैसा मेरे कुंडल आवे पैसा मेरे लाड लडावे पैसा तो कुंडल आवे पैसा तो लाड लडावे पैसा तो लाड लडावे पैसा लाड लडावे पैसा लाड का गड़ा पैसा फूट का गड़ा पैसा फूट का गड़ा पैसा लाड पैसा मोरा लाड गड़ा पैसा मोरे सोने दासी आवता बोले लासी पैसा मोरे सोने दासी आवता बोले लासी आतो मैया पे दासी आतो मोरे कोई सो कोरासी पैसा मोरे लासी मम्मी सा पैरो लावे मम्मा सा कोट करावे मम्मा सा पैरो लावे मम्मा सा कोट करावे पैसा मोरे लाडी का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाडी का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा मोरे कुंडला वासी पैसा मोरे कुंडला वासी पैसा मोरे फरदाना वासी पैसा मोरे लाडी का गड़ा ओ पैसा मोरे फूटे का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाडी का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाडी का गड़ा नवा सा लाड लड़ाया मुक्की सा लाड लड़ाया बस ने ओनी आने पैसा लाड का गड़ा पैसा मोरे लाड का गड़ा पैसा मोरे फूटे का
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Amazing, beautiful. Thank you. Wow. Wow, what a blessing. What a blessing. Shri, a question came in through the chat about the type of music that these musicians are playing. Is it Qawwali music? What kind of music is it? What's the name?
It's not Qawwali, it's Rajasthani folk music.
Ah, Rajasthani folk music. Okay, thank you so much. That was a question that came in through the chat. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. I loved it. I said one of my next trips will have to be to your hometown so I can visit you and meet you and actually dance right next to you.
We will be welcoming you. We'll be waiting you.
Ah, thank you.
So we'll be closing.
Okay.
That would be, yeah. Or one more song if it
Sure.
time allows.
If you would like to, I'm going to just highlight the tipping information here for because we still have 32 people on the in the meeting, which is amazing. But again, if if you're able to, I know that you support many causes and many people right now in your lives. But if you're able to, here's the information for how to support Ciao and Beltran and Jeff and the Sikandar Langa group. It's through the Rajasthan PayPal and then, oh, pardon me.
क्या है जिसमें टूटी फूटी डालियां ना है और रसोई घर क्या है जिसमें
Perfect.
टूटी
Thank you.
डालियां ना है और ससुराल क्या है जिसमें काली गोरी सालियां ना है आप जैसी महफल में तो प्यार भर के ताड़ियां ना है पारसिया की दरवाजा खड़काया पारसिया की दरवाजा खड़काया मैंने देखा मेरा दिल भी आया दरवाजा खोल के मैंने देखा मेरा बिजली का बिल आया मैंने दूर से देखा एक हसीना जुल्फ हिला रही थी मैंने पास में जाके देखा एक काली भैंस पूंछ हिला रही थी ओ मेरे रस के कमल तूने पहली ओ मेरे रस के कमल तूने पहली ओ जब आई बरसाया गया ओ मेरे रस के कमल तूने पहली जब नजर से मिलाए मजा आ गया ओ मेरे रस के कमल तूने पहली नजर जब नजर से मिलाई मजा आ गया वो खुशी गिर गई काम ही कर गई वो खुशी गिर गई काम ही कर गई आग ऐसी लगा है मजा आ गया ऐसे लहरा के चूरू में रूह आ गई ऐसे लहरा के चूरू में रूह आ गई धड़कने से तुम्हारा धड़कने लगा धड़कने से तुम्हारा धड़कने लगा कितने मासूम हैं हो कितने मासूम हैं कैसे क्या हो गया कितने मासूम हैं कैसे क्या हो गया सोचता हूँ मैं वो कितने मासूम थे कैसे क्या हो गए कैसे क्या हो बनाया संग वो खुदा हो गए
Goodness, wonderful, wonderful. So wonderful. Thank you so, so much. Amazing.
Thank
Wow.
you for
Thank you to Ruth. Thank you and to Shri to helping these musicians connect with us today. Thank you both so much. And thank you, Ciao, for your absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous performance. And so beautiful, so moving. And Beltran for your gorgeous Americana folk music that's so stunning. It was just so stunning. And it was an honor to sing with you. I can't wait to sing with you again one day. And thank you to Jeff for his amazing magic tricks that have left us all feeling kind of whimsical and childlike. I love magic. It's so special. And again to Sikandar Langa, wow, thank you. This has been such a special morning and evening, and I feel very blessed to be here with all of you. Thank you so much. I wish you peace and health and love. And again, if you're able to support these wonderful musicians, I'll spotlight that opportunity to do so right now, and you can take a quick picture of it if you don't want to remember all the Venmo names. And again, it's really an honor and a blessing to be with all of you today. So
Thank you.
thank you. So I hope to see you soon on Zoom. And yeah, Sammy has her next I Must Be Streaming coming up in a month, and it sounds like another incredible set of artists. So I hope you're able to join her at that I Must Be Streaming, her third episode. So blessings to all of you. Thank you again. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's always hard to leave Zoom. I'm going to stop the Facebook. And to everyone watching on Facebook, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention today. Love to you as well. So I'm stopping that, and I'm stopping the recording. Okay. So good. I can't wait to see you, Ciao. And for reals. Can't wait to see you for reals. So great. Thank you.
Loved your dance, Sonia.
Pardon me?
It's so good to watch you dance too. And your singing was incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for asking me to be a part of this.
Oh my
It's
gosh. I
such a
mean,
joy.
as soon as Sammy said, "Do you know any interesting artists?" Like you were like the first person that popped into my brain. I was like, "Yes, I do." And thank you for introducing us to Anirudh and Anirudh to Shri and to these amazing, amazing musicians. Gosh, it's just I'm floored by this experience. Thank
Well, I'm gonna head out. Have a great day, everybody.
you too. You too, Xiao Xiao. Have a wonderful day. Be well.
Bye.
See you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sikander. Thank you. Big hugs. Big hugs your way. Thank you.